All right.
Welcome back,
Welcome
everyone.
back.
I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Kadin.
And we are Best of Kin. And if you're tuning in for the very first time, we're siblings, we're Kansas. It's Kansas season. And I feel as though this is our time to shine. We lay dormant all year. And then the sun comes out and the crabs come out. And so far, so good.
That's the animal, right?
Yeah,
Crab.
the crab. That's the zodiac.
Crab.
Yeah.
Not the most attractive.
I don't love saying Cancer. It doesn't. It feels negative. And Cancers are so
funny,
maternal and cozy, wozy. It's just like Cancer.
Yeah.
I think everybody can agree. All Cancers feel that way. But we're here for another episode, and we are so excited because we actually have a little bit of a life update for the people.
A little bit.
And if this is an update for you if you're not really on socials, but maybe if you're on the socials, you have seen this.
Maybe so.
Do you want to get into anything else before we get into that?
No.
Do you have,
we recorded Monday, so.
Let's start the timeline. We recorded Monday morning, the last episode. Monday evening, my friend Joe came over. And we were just chilling in the backyard.
Actually, maybe it was a Sunday.
What was a Sunday?
I think I was editing on Monday.
Oh, it was a Sunday. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
The week, we've talked about this. The week has been such a blur. It's been so busy. It's been so packed. It's been an emotional roller coaster, quite honestly. So Sunday morning, we recorded the episode. Our friend came over. We were just chilling in the backyard. And Joe had just this idea, or it was like a conversation. It was a question. He was like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we're having some wings.
Mm-hmm. As predicted by us last episode. Yeah. We did get the wings.
We went through with what we were talking about. And just asked me. We were all talking about how work and jobs, industry, how we, of course, wouldn't want to be doing that.
Like, you don't want to be a server forever. And then Joe posed a question of just, what do you want to be doing day to day? I mean, the way he said it was a little bit different than I feel like I've ever framed it to you. I can't even remember exactly the line of questioning, but it did get you to, I wouldn't say have an epiphany moment, but it did get you to think, I think for the first time, seriously about yourself as a fitness influencer. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. As much have I thought about that idea or title and kind of
stigma behind the word influencer, the cringe factor, the what will people think when I start trying and posting regularly. But it is as we know with Joe and his success in full-time foodie influencing, it is possible. And your lifestyle is already so fit. Right? Mm-hmm. To be, it's you wouldn't be doing anything you wouldn't be going out of your way to be getting this content. You would just be getting content while you're already doing these things. You're already going to the gym. You're already running all the time. You're already eating well. You're already stacked with the supplements, right?
Uh-huh.
So Joe had this thought of we were all just hanging out in the backyard. Logan and Kadin were kicking a soccer ball around, and Joe was like, oh, you should record some little video clips. We should start his fitness influencer career, And as I was getting the clips, Joe was like, wait, give me that. He's getting his own clips. And as we're just putting these clips together, it becomes a thirst trap, right? And
that wasn't the intention.
That was not what it started as, but that's how it ended. And then Joe was like, wait, give me that. Use this audio, you do this text over the video, and you should post it on your page, looking for a girl for Kadin, because it became a great opportunity to literally put you out there and find you someone. We've had Hinge Honey Hunt Part 1. We've had Hinge Honey Hunt Part 2. You've been putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? We've been talking about it for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of an opportunity to get you out there and see what happens. And wow. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It was.
How do you feel?
It was cool. It was. It could have just been any other video, but it was nice.
It kind of popped off. It kind of popped
a little
off.
bit.
It's currently sitting at a little over 40K views. Like, that's kind of exciting. That's like, wow, we got like literally over 500 comments.
Lots of comments.
A lot of people wanting to date Kadin.
Likes, lots of followers on my end.
So then Kadin just starts getting flooded with, engagement.
Like 20 plus. But.
So the initial reason that we recorded was to launch his fitness influencing career. But then the reason we posted was to find him a girlfriend. But then after that, it was kind of like, wait, that was kind of the perfect kickoff point for you to then now, because you're getting all this engagement, you're getting all these new followers, why not start posting as if you were literally already a fitness influencer and see what happens. And so Kadin this week, it's so funny. Last week, 1 week challenge, it was like, don't do anything social, right? You completed that challenge. The very end of the challenge, it was like almost a new challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, post like an influencer for a week, see what happens. And you've literally been doing it
with a
all
decent
week.
Basis. Yeah, no, it's...
And you have everything you need, literally, because you're a photographer's sister. And then Joe is like a consultant, an influencer consultant. You have the recipe. We have the product. We just need to now make the content. And I'm so excited for you.
It's just the... it's just the everyday, like going hard at it for 30 days.
Yeah.
I think is a good goal.
I agree.
Already have a decent base. It is fun. It can also be, I think it's just tiring in the sense, or like the aspect of having other jobs to go to, whereas you need time to...
The editing alone.
I think it's just the editing part, yeah, and then...
As you know, editing these episodes, right? It's like editing is so time consuming.
Finding the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. Well, there's kind of a lot that goes into it.
I have to say,
as far as once it's recorded and then the edit is there's all these
more
different techniques.
Yes, the formula of the video, the format that you choose to do, whether or not you do voiceover or text over video, or the length of it. Like, there's so many things to consider. Trending audios, trending hashtags. Like, it is
how long?
A lot. But I think so. In 2018, when I was wanting to be an influencer, which was really more of just me wanting to put myself out there more and explore more of Phoenix and not feel like such an imposter. When we first moved to Phoenix from Tucson, it was very like, it felt like big city to me from Tucson, from Vail. I was like, I don't belong here. I don't feel even like I'm like cool enough to go to coffee shops. Like, that was literally how I felt in 2018.
Jeez.
So I started a blog and in an influencer profile that was separate from the one I had in high school. It was a whole new account, started at 0. And in a year and a half, grew it to 3,000 because every single day I was like posting stories, posting content. However, I was going so far out of my way. I was planning my life around a shot list of content instead of just living my life, capturing what I'm organically doing. And then but I felt like at that time I had nothing interesting in my life to even post about. So it was all very curated. And I did that for years, and that just was not sustainable. And I left feeling so burnt out, so uninspired. Didn't even know why I was posting that. You know what I mean? It was just like, what am I doing this for? And then I literally, around the same time as COVID, I felt like all of my momentum with like my photography business, my influencing career, because I was starting to get like good brand campaigns. I feel like COVID totally halted everything, but that was probably for the best for me, because I probably would have kept going and just like kept spending more money and trying and like growing my following and like it just not being authentic to me at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So I feel in a good place now, like literally just after this happened with you, and just I've been feeling more inspired. You know what I mean? Like, I've been feeling my like little creative spark coming back just from working with you, like on your stuff. Like, I'm feeling like, oh, I'm like in the mood to post again because I was just shooting stuff for you. And now I'm like in the mode of shooting. It's like when you're already in the mode, it's so much easier to keep shooting. It's like when you're doing talk to camera video and you're like doing that all day, it's just so much easier than like when you like haven't talked all day and you know what I mean? You haven't been like posting anything. Like, you look at your camera, you just aren't feeling like, oh, I'm going to go front facing. I'm just going to be like, hey, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, and I just feel so excited for you.
Because like, yeah,
because I know it's sustainable. Action. I know it's sustainable for you. And it's something you love. It's something that is the lifestyle that is your literally like is your dream lifestyle every day. You're just doing it and you're capturing it and you're sharing it, and it's already taking off, I would say. In like a
beginner sense.
And like, yes, of course, everyone has to start somewhere, but literally I was probably posting like every day for a year, and then I like hit 1,000. You know what I mean? Like you're already at 1,000. You know, it's like Kadin was not even at 1,000 followers, and then after this video, I mean, we got him to the 1,000, and it's still climbing.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit. Still getting
exciting.
likes on the initial video.
I know, it's funny.
And then, yeah,
we did a follow-up video, and we answered some questions that some of the ladies had, like his age. A lot of older ladies were like, no.
A lot of people not from Arizona.
Most people that were interested in Kadin were from a lot of North Carolina. People were like,
Rhode
they
Island.
don't have them like this in the East Coast. Like, oh, we should literally read some of the comments because these are some of the funniest comments. We'll post the video when we post that this episode went live, maybe, and then slide, or on stories, we'll post the actual video. And if you hadn't seen it, you can go look at it. We'll definitely do that. Yeah, we'll drop it today being Tuesday. And the video, the reels, in case they didn't see it.
Oh, like
the reels that we're all referring to.
Some people might not have TikTok to be able to see the comments, you know?
Okay, that's a good point. We should read some of these comments. You guys,
I might be able to pull it up.
People were so goddamn funny in these comments. I'm pretty sure you can if you know your login. If not, I could probably figure it out on my iPad. Oh, the comments were so good. I was spending a good amount of time just like responding to some, because in my mind, I actually was like, we might find Kadin a wife here. And there were some girls.
Oh, gosh. Gosh, dang it.
There were some girls that were genuinely interested, and they were wanting to like fly him out. It was crazy. But I will say a lot of girls on the East Coast, North Carolina, New York City, they were like, they do not make him like this.
It's so weird. Yeah,
But you have that Cali surfer look, so it's like,
yeah, or like Australian. Like rugby vibes.
A lot of people are saying you give such rugby vibes. A lot of the biggest like comment I would say was like, I'll be the black cat to your golden retriever. A lot of I volunteers tributes. A lot of, and just so you can get a visual, it was this little thirst trap video of Kadin kicking around a soccer ball in the backyard, and then the text was, in search of a nice girl for my golden retriever brother. And the comments did not disappoint. Are you able to find it?
Also, yeah. Cool. I forget some. Oh, sorry. There's another sound. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. 6 more likes. Another follow. Okay. Let's see here.
I'm so sorry.
On the original one, right?
Let's go to the original. Honey, that's a Clydesdale. I remember that one.
Oh, but let's see. Show reposts. Okay. 41.4 right now. Okay. I mean,
there's a couple top ones. There was one this was one of the first comments on the video period, and it was almost enough to make me delete it as soon as I posted it. And it was like, oh, I simply cannot imagine making a thirst trap video with my brother. And I was like, oh shit, people are gonna think I'm literally fucking disgusting and weird. And then Joe was like, who gives a shit? And I was like, true. At the end of the day, who gives a shit? At the end of the day, I do not care.
Someone was saying, trying to find the clever ones.
I feel like there were so many.
My For You page really said, for you.
Do you want me to read them?
What? I mean, I'm just going through all the ones because they don't show like the most liked at the top. You know?
And they made it so that I couldn't pin any at the top. I wanted to pin like the funny ones. And it
someone said, I'll have to ask my husband.
That one cracked me up. One person said, hi, and then in parentheses, louder than everybody else. That one was a hoot.
Honey, can I ask why you zoomed in on your brother's butt? Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, I did what needed to be done.
Oh, I was like, technically,
I zoomed out.
I got 62 likes. Someone said, why is this video 3 hours long?
Oh my gosh, the way that had me laughing out loud, actually. Why is this video
I would sacrifice myself to a volcano for him.
Yeah. And then I commented back, I was like, sounds like you're not afraid of commitment. It's a pretty committed decision to make.
Oh, wait. Damn, yeah, I actually haven't gone through all of these.
They're really We don't have to continue. It's on the socials. If you don't have it, that's too bad. So that happened. Kadin's been posting like an influencer. He's been doing daily runs. He's been doing gym content. And are you enjoying it?
It just holds myself accountable to stay consistent.
Yeah.
I am, but like days like today, like I'm just tired and I have to go serve tonight.
Stop. Yeah. Like your day's like da 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 da, and then it's like you go to work.
Yeah.
Which is exhausting as well.
But it's just the beginning. It's gonna be. That's the hardest thing is starting, right? So
and it's that overlap of not yet making any money with it, but having to dedicate just as much time as if you were.
Doubts, resistance, and just like all my time is really.
But you have kind of sacrificed some social time to be able to do this. So it's like...
That's what I'm saying, though. I was going to have to do that.
It's a consistent thing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it just depends. Again, a big thing is recycling content, repurposing all the clips that you've already shot into like 10 different videos. You know what I mean? Like you could literally post 10 times a day with the same clip and just doing a different format, a different audio, a different text. Yeah. There's so many things. And... I mean, obviously, it's so much easier said than done because it's, at the end of the day, work.
Yeah.
Like, it's work to create content, to edit, to post, to think
I think just, the editing part and then posting.
Marketing yourself.
After you've already done the activity and recorded it all, and then you're going through clips.
And it's not like you're recording yourself doing pottery. Like, you're literally exhausting yourself physically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 2 hours. And
after
then
or before work.
Kadin, I was recording him, like, putting like sups in a cup or whatever, and he was like,
yeah, it was shaking,
trying to record content. Like,
so I just got that's another thing though. I mean, I can still it's that's more so just an excuse. I mean, I can still find the time.
Yeah, it's just finding the balance.
Yeah, or
when you're just getting started,
instead of like, okay, I'll do it, and then you just wait a little longer.
Eventually
it happens, but then you're rushed the rest of the day.
I know,
or I am anyway. But
heinous.
Every day is a new lesson learned.
Every day is a thing in
I mean, it's kind of, it's just so, it's hard to see the overview.
The big picture. And again.
Or like the progress and the journey, right? But it's like, once it's going to be so nice, just like when our feed finally got filled out through our episodes.
For Best of Ken, yeah.
Like we only had like 4 clips, but now we're like 40 episodes.
We have 90 videos on YouTube. We've gotten like the most views we've ever gotten. That's the other thing that we're like, holy shit, this little momentum. Yeah, our like podcast YouTube did better than ever before on this last episode. Like our views are up on the podcast. So it's like Kadin being an influencer. It's going to be good for the pod.
Yeah, it'll help. It'll just feed back into what I want to do. Just
and then I'll manage you and then charge a percentage.
Being authentic.
No, literally, you just being yourself every day.
151 views. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the most you'd ever gotten before that was 111. And that was after literally all these months.
Any comments though?
One. Oh, we got one on the audio only on the YouTube.
Really?
Yes. We actually got a handful of listens on that too. So anyway, all good things. I'm excited to see where this goes. And you know what else is great, Kadin? In a year, you could do so much like before and after content. Me 1 year ago, like people love that. Like if you keep grinding, this is what happens. And you have like the before and you're like, after a run, you know what I mean? And then it's like cut to and you're like, brow, 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 brow.
I'm wanting to do that by like the holidays.
Sure. And you can do it like every 3 months, literally.
Yeah, I think the thing I need to...
I'm just saying the content is endless and it's going to be so nice to look back and see how far, like have the visual journal, right? To see literally all of the changes every single day.
It's, again, back to the accountability aspect of it. Just like it's kind of for myself. And maybe inspiring others. Yeah. Like they don't know me, but this guy's running on a hot day. I'll go run.
Yeah.
Something simple.
Like, like never use heat as an excuse.
Yeah. It's really just, what do you call it? Not a catalog or a like
archive.
Yeah, archive of my journey. Which is,
and you are doing it for you. And you said like best case scenario, I just get sent some free supplements, but you could do this full time one day. You know what I mean? So I think it is like a worthy way to spend your time. And you said that this literally the second you had this presented to you, the idea of being a fitness influencer, you said that resonated with you immediately, like more so than the idea of ever being a DJ. And I just
DJ more so being on like a hobby side. but thinking of, I mean, like as far as like a career and where you'd like have to grow and lead to,
and what you want your days to look like.
it's not that it's. I mean, yeah, this just doesn't sound fun long term.
Yeah.
Like I think
like,
I
do you want
can
to be
run
40
with
doing
the
that?
rest of my life.
Yes.
Easily.
Yeah. And you already had experience in like videography.
Things.
Like you had been dabbling in videography before. Kadin, you're already so ahead of so many people just starting out because not only do you have editing experience like with the pod, with music, but you have like
you and Joe.
We have Joe, we have me, a photographer.
Team,
I have like professional equipment. Like we could shoot you in any brand campaign. Like we have all the tools we need, and you are so good at organically shooting content, and you're not like, it doesn't seem like you're that like I would definitely like have a lot more blocks than you, but you have such a strong niche. I still do though,
but that's the thing.
It comes so naturally, I feel, for you.
I mean, it's tough.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to, like, I've always thought, like, even when I started working at Lifetime, I always wanted to, like, oh, maybe I'll just get a tripod and I actually start recording my gym sessions, but it was always
an excuse, not
a barrier, an obstacle, and I just didn't. But, like, that's something that does make me uncomfortable, I guess, initially, and it will, like, but it gets easier every time.
Yeah.
Because you're just you're consciously thinking in your head, like, oh my God, someone's looking at me. 100%. Someone's judging.
Like me taking a picture of you outside of LGO. If I was you, like back in 2018, 2019, right? Like I'm you, Logan's shooting me. I'm literally like, okay, I'm like, no, like wait till there's no cars. Stop. Like I'm literally like humiliated. And that's another reason why it wasn't sustainable for me, because again, it's like, I don't need to be putting myself out there in that way. And like, yeah, in an inauthentic way, I guess. That's
different too. Yeah, what you were doing was... But nobody was really very like unique niche.
Yeah, and it was the beginning of like experience, like local experiences niche, I guess. Yeah, like where everyone just started like, oh my God, that blew up in 2020. I feel like.
Yeah, but even people say that like fitness industry is, saturated or like annoying because you get the people that do the most obnoxious things because it stands out, right?
Right.
But I think I'm just gonna stick true to myself and. Like that's literally just like just like this podcast. Yeah, us just being authentic.
That's
and
what
raw.
Makes it different. Is because nobody can replicate.
Is that maybe it's not like, oh, we're so big now, but I mean, as far as like longevity and long term, same thing with doing that.
We're only going to be able to record this podcast for years, like if we maintain like our authentic selves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's why it didn't work out with me with what I was trying to do with influencing, and back then it wasn't authentic to
It's probably
me.
hard to do that.
It was like a battle. No, it was literally a battle.
But even if it just like starting a podcast or a YouTube channel, people think, oh, there's just so many out there. I mean, I think there's just room for everyone, whatever you want to do.
Yes. And again, like
there's always someone that's going to like something else.
Nobody can have your personality, your lifestyle, your routine, your thoughts about your perspective. Like those are the things that you're lending and
what I like to show or do, or
it's literally like already working.
A little bit. I want to just lock in my diet. That's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah. After 4th of July, maybe.
Yeah. But like as like boring, I mean, even if it's boring though, like literally. Like even what Joe was talking about, like just fucking like if I had sweet potatoes, chicken, rice, steak every day or something.
Yeah, some roasted veg, which we need to get a grill. Yeah,
grains,
we need to
meat,
go on Facebook
fruit.
Marketplace. Yeah, I love fruit.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. That's just our little what's new. I feel like Kadin's whole like trajectory has changed.
It's been a blur.
Honestly.
That's all I felt. I've been very
like floating through the week.
engulfed.
I feel. Yes, engulfed is the perfect word. Engulfed
I don't
in
even
the
know
wave.
which day I ran or which day was what, and when
because you've been doing gym and run and like recording like several videos a day. It's insane.
Today, it was only day 4.
But again, like because it's things you're already doing and that's the niche. Like how easy?
Yeah, it's not like
you're not struggling to figure out what am I going to shoot today.
Or look like I'm doing something.
Yes, like
oh, let's go to the canal so it looks like I went on a bike ride, or I don't know.
Yeah, like think about like a makeup influencer like having to do their makeup every day. Like holy shit, I cannot imagine.
I didn't think about that.
Just all these different niches. Like it better be something that you want to do every day. Like I don't like wearing makeup, so like I know that's not gonna be my niche. You know what I mean? Like
so yeah, that's a good point.
It's just
and we talked about it yesterday how like we are in a time where you can get monetize what you love to do.
We are lucky.
You can monetize your lifestyle.
Yes, with the internet, you can.
Even if it's a small niche. I mean, when
you know what you're doing.
Was like make fun of people that played video games and would stream themselves. Yeah, that's,
and now they're in Olympics. Like, is it video game Olympics?
Yeah, esports might be in the Olympics.
Yeah. Like that's
just saying
so
that like streamers
crazy.
get mad.
Yeah, money.
Sponsorship.
It's all about where are people's eyes. Yeah. Where is the public attention? That's where money is made.
So why not? Yeah, I think it's. I mean, why not just push hard for 30 days, see where it is, and then take advantage of like the time we're in? Because this is probably like the only thing. It's literally all I want to do.
Yeah.
And like having the thought of like, oh, what if I just quit? Like there's no other direction I want to go. Like I would feel so lost if I didn't have at least this to work towards.
Yeah.
Because it's like nice giving to have me something to do.
Yes.
Not only that, it's giving me not only something to do, but like I'm now having to. It's part of a bigger picture, as in like training for something that's like a little big race or becoming more like better, I guess, as a runner or eventually swimmer, cyclist. Like because I want to do an Ironman.
Keep talking.
But I mean, at least a half Ironman first, but. This started. I mean, half marathon has been always in the back of my head, but it's kind of daunting. Just my practice runs are almost just 2 miles right now.
But it's also over 100-degree heat, so you can't really be like too harsh on yourself.
I know. But it's not. Yeah, it's not about the pace or my where my heart rate is consistently. It's just at least getting out there and doing it.
I agree. I love that for you.
That's a good point. I need to see when that
marathon is.
Yeah.
That would be such a great series. Like, train with me for this marathon. Like, countdown. I love it.
January 18th. What is that?
January 18th. 6 months? Just under?
Let's see here.
5 months and 20 days?
201 days. Oh, wait.
Really?
Hold on.
I don't think so.
Yeah, dude. 200. Oh, wait. Yeah, 205 days.
That doesn't make sense. There's only 365 days. We're already halfway through. What's half? I'm confused.
There's 365. Right?
Oh.
We're a little bit over half.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. Numbers, dude. So when would you start that? When would you start training for that?
I already am. That's the point.
That's what this is. So you should like start saying that that's what you're running for.
I mean, there's like even Nick Bear has an app that's free that guides you through half marathon training and like each day. So there's like slower workouts. There's actually tempo, like track workouts where you're doing.
Well,
like
you could share that that's
sprints.
like what you're doing and like, you know what I mean? This is what I'm working for.
I know,
this is the program I'm using and this is what I'm on this day.
Well, yeah.
Just to add specificity.
I think it's just getting the miles in that will compound over time. If I run every day, my heart rate is going to go down and I'll be able to run farther.
And then
simple as that.
Fall is going to hit, that first breeze, that first crisp morning. You're going to literally be just like sprinting like so crazy. Like you're going to feel so good by then.
I know. It's also
going to be like October.
It's so hard though because you can't get caught up in the consumerism aspect of it.
I know. The Hokas,
but they do say
socks,
running shoes you should change every 300 miles ran in them.
Yeah.
And I think I'm past due.
Would you? Are you a Nike person?
It's either. I mean, there's Nikes I've been looking at, or there's Asics.
Yeah.
Actually, there's this one guy that lives in Costa Mesa, Huntington Beach, and he's like an ultra marathon runner, but he's always just doing like marathons and halves, like every day. He runs every day as well. He has a series of like days, such and such, of consistent running in a row.
Yeah.
And he does like a lot of like, he'll do like a shoe haul.
He does not a shoe haul, marathon a day in running.
Yeah, he just like he runs every single day, but he can easily run like a 10-mile.
I feel like I've seen people on TikTok that like are
There's
just
one
insane
guy,
long distance runners.
Yeah, I mean,
I just the human body, it really is.
It adapts. That's the thing. It sounds so impossible, but if
you can actually work towards anything, low key.
But it's supposed to be hard. That's like the thing.
Right. That's why it's a triumph.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do like well.
It's supposed to be hard. And that's why no one finishes. Or majority of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I think only
that's
20%,
why people give up
20% of like Americans like only go to the gym. How crazy is that?
Only 20% of Americans? I mean, that's not surprising, I feel.
20% out of like...
That doesn't mean that only 20% of people work out. A lot of people prefer working out at home.
I mean, it might be...
I would just be curious to see like how many Americans like just exercise, period. That's like...
Poor number.
The gym isn't like hiking, swimming. But that's the thing, you can't quantify that because it's like, unless there was a survey, a super wide survey, you cannot quantify that because people could just be like walking, 20,000 steps a day, but not reporting that they've like exercised. I don't know. What is all this noise? I think I know. I hope that you can't hear it in the background.
We'll be good.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if that statistic works.
Catching up Kadin. Going for the jingle.
Oh.
I have that next.
Oh, I forgot she's not sleeping.
No, I know. She's been quiet up to this point. But I think that we're good talking about the Kadin goes viral of it all.
Yeah. Just another weekly check-in.
Just another weekly challenge for you.
Yeah, because I think I'm doing 2 miles all this week, and I'll do 3 miles every day next week. So
as it gets hotter.
I mean, or just go earlier.
That's true.
But that will put me, like at least 15 to 21. Wait, holy shit. Yeah. 14 to 21 miles a week.
That's wild. And is this the first time you'll have done something like that?
I mean, there was one time, like, way back in the old apartments when we lived together. Mm-hmm. I think 30 days straight, I ran it every day, but it was just, like, 1 mile. Mm-hmm. And this was, like, pushing myself, trying to, like, get, like, under a 9-minute pace or something. Whereas now I'm trying to, like, focus on form and my breath. And again,
and just the habit of running every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting out there, get the miles in.
I love it. Good for you.
Yeah, so we'll check in again.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes. Not trying to, no pressure,
Yeah.
That's the thing too.
I don't even know where.
Oh God. Sorry.
You're good.
Not you, the listener.
It won't be.
Okay.
It'll be good. You can go ahead.
Okay, and on this episode of Catching Up Kadin, I couldn't be more obsessed with that jingle. Okay. The debates were last night. I saw not the whole thing because it really is a joke at this point. It really is at this point. Like, one man potentially going to jail, another probably keeling over and dying by the end of the year. So from what I hear, the Democrats are trying to maybe figure out who to replace him with. And that's probably why they did the debates this early. Probably a couple reasons.
Yeah, because there's still
they want people to forget
for a new candidate.
Or there's still time to get another one and just kind of test the waters and how he does.
Well, it was like on purpose to show how like mentally declined he is.
Yeah.
And then it was just
and
like
then they're going to be like,
oh yeah, we do need someone else. And then
a last minute switch up.
But like I was like saw some stuff on it, but it would just be
so embarrassing.
Who is it though?
It makes America just look so embarrassing.
Who would it be though? There was who's that? Oh, Newsom,
that they
Gavin Newsom, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he would do it though.
What they're gonna? Well, I think there is another CNN guy talking about.
And he was like, no.
The Democratic Party is going to try and like ask him to literally step down.
Yeah.
But then there was just like I think in North Carolina, there was a Biden rally, and people chanting 4 more years. I'm like, this guy, there's no way.
He can't handle it.
Why are you cheering on how old is he even? Is he
78?
In his 80s?
I think he's 78.
Oh, gosh.
But he's like the same age of Trump. So it's like.
He's 81 years old.
How old is Trump? 80, 79?
78. Trump was 78.
Oh.
I was thinking, what if they got like, I know he couldn't do it again. I was going to say Barack, but he already did 8 years.
He wishes, honestly. He's like standing behind Biden, like whispering in his ear.
81 years old.
You could actually see a couple like points in the debate that Biden was like basically like listening to an earpiece and then like
he trails off a lot.
I really think he like someone was in his ear, and that's why he's like looking like this the whole time, like, and then like answering not well because someone's like talking while he's talking.
Walked in, he like waved to like no audience.
I mean, you're on camera. You think
still
like,
though? I mean, Trump just walked in, went straight to his podium.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't find that
they didn't
weird,
shake hands.
Yeah, all of this though, at the end of the day,
of
I kind of feel like Trump and Biden are on the same team. It's all a show. None of this is real. It is all just a distraction. Quite literally, neither of them have any power.
Or it's all just a show. Yeah.
I really feel like they're all on the same team, and that it's just like a pyramid that goes to a tip, right? And then they're all just under the same pyramid umbrella, you know? So I don't think it actually, I don't want to say I don't think it matters because it obviously does. But Robert F. Kennedy Jr. also did a live debate last night. He had his own live audience, his own, what do they call it? Meet moderator, and answered all the questions. So I didn't have a chance to look at more than one or two clips, but I mean, it is interesting because of this situation. I saw a poll that like only like 20% of people identify as Democrat and 20% of people identify as Republican, which is the lowest ever. And most people are just falling somewhere in the middle. So do I think that there is potential that Robert F. Kennedy could just come slide in? It depends how shit showy like it gets with the Democratic
right. It
like,
could get
person.
Worse.
I think that it could get worse. And I do think that he could just be the only like sane person on the ballot.
He's the only candidate that's not being provided Secret Service like intentionally.
Yes, and CNN pretty much controlled the entire debate and like excluded him from it. They were like, you can't debate. Because we make the rule. They literally made up rules.
3.6 million people watching though.
Yeah,
crazy.
and it had like 7 million people on X watching because he was live streaming it in like 2 places. So his actually did get a lot of viewership, and it's getting a lot of, I mean, he's just been really good about doing the TikTok rounds. Like his TikTok marketing is good, and his podcast, he's done every single podcast. He's been on the podcast circuit, like explaining his platform because he's not being given a platform to share his platform. So he's just kind of doing it on his own and enlisting like, you know.
I don't think an independent candidate has ever won.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But this might be like, oh, we literally don't have any other option. Like we actually don't because we don't. Like literally. And
I know
he's an environmental lawyer, so he would take the whole, you know, climate change of it all more seriously than anyone else. And like he is already like been to the Supreme Court suing the United States government. He has like been representing people that don't have a voice. So there are things that I like about him. There are things that I do not. But there are things there. He wants like lower interest rates for first-time home buyers. Like it just feels like nobody really actually gives a fuck about the people and our interests. And even if he's saying he does and doesn't really, at least someone is saying they do.
Yeah, but
literally the debate, they were just, oh, I golf better than you. No, I golf better than you.
That was the only
back and forth
they had.
No, that was the only debate.
The good back and forth was
like
that stayed on like subject was their golf.
Yeah, which is like so embarrassing. And but that's also what, doesn't that make you feel like they're on the same team? Because he's like, we were just golfing last weekend and you said, you know what I mean? It's like they're friends. Like, you know what I mean? It's just crotchety old fucks. Anyways, we can move on. You know what's so wild? I don't know if you saw this, Kadin. Julian Assange was freed. Do you know who that is?
Sounds familiar.
He was the guy, the WikiLeaks guy. Okay, you should Google this if you don't know, because he has been tortured. He has been falsely imprisoned. He has been basically stuck. I can't remember the country that he's been stuck in. The latest, Russia? I think it's Russia. He just was reunited with his family like 2 days ago. And I feel as though the wheels of justice are really turning. And hopefully this is like a snowball effect, because then the former CIA head, Mike Pompeo, was convicted of spying on Julian Assange at an embassy in London. I can't remember exactly why he was like, I mean, I'm sure that there's journalistic integrity.
Damn, that's crazy.
That just happened. And he has been gone since what, 2016? Like, I kind of feel like there was like, he leaked stuff just before the 2016 election and that they had to like shut him away. And what was it? The WikiLeaks, like the emails? I'm trying to remember exactly what it was that he WikiLeaked.
He came to international attention in 2010 when WikiLeaks published a series of leaks from Chelsea Manning, a former U.S. Army intelligence analyst, footage of a U.S. airstrike in Baghdad, and military logs from the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and U.S. diplomatic cables.
That's interesting. So that was like not what I was thinking it was, but either way, he was like illegally censored, essentially, like arrested, et cetera, is now free with his family.
That's insane.
Another crazy piece. I heard the Federal Reserve was hacked. Did you hear that?
Nope.
I heard that in several different areas, and I didn't look into it, and I probably should have before bringing it up, but I think the Federal Reserve was hacked. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means for us as a people. I don't know what that means for anything, but that feels like the kind of thing where that shouldn't be able to be hacked. And how does one hack the Federal Reserve, and to what end? And what is vulnerable data that was sought? I don't know. I probably should have pasted the article.
I mean, it's
I'm just there's just been so many things that I saw that I'm like, oh my god. And I have another thing if you want to search that though.
Yeah, I was trying.
Maybe I'll look too.
Says they didn't hit the U.S. Federal Reserve after all.
Oh.
Lockbit Fake Group news. Falsely claimed the hack.
Oh. But who's saying that? Censorship.
No, the people that claimed they hacked the U.S. Federal Reserve.
Just kidding? Huh. They said they didn't?
Russian-linked gang claims Federal Reserve hack.
Russian.
I also saw a video the other day of the Ukrainian president launching missiles at a Russian beach.
Really?
Like a war crime. Yeah, just innocent people laying on the beach.
It's giving the people we're supporting are not the good guys. You know what I'm saying? Why are we sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel to...
More money?
No, I know, because we're literally selling their arms. You know what I mean? We're providing them the guns.
Rockets, yeah.
Boom. That's the thing. We've seen the movies War Dogs. There's all these movies. There was this movie with Tom Cruise I told you about literally last year, from true story from the 80s, Barry something, who was a pilot and he was flying guns into Nicaragua. He was flying coke into, you know what I mean? It's just there's just all, and it was a CIA funded mission. These are CIA and government funded things that are just completely undocumented and just kind of fly under the, obviously this was in the aid package, probably not the aid package, but whatever money that they sent. Okay. Is that it on the Federal Reserve? It's debunked.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
There's not much on it.
I'll have to dig a little deeper. Another thing, Matthew Perry from Friends, Chan Living. His ex-wife was called in for questioning as a potential suspect in a potential murder.
Well, that's a long time, though. It took him to...
But I wonder what they had to figure.
That.
Yeah, they had to investigate that. But she was just called in. So clearly, this isn't just an open and shut, he drowned after drugs. I don't know. I don't know
his ex,
their history, but their ex, right? It's scorned lover. That's so sad though, because that was probably one of the more shocking celebrity deaths that I had seen in a while, and it definitely felt too soon. But everyone just was so quick to be well, he's an addict, so
it's Charlie Sheen's ex.
Oh, but they dated, no?
I don't know.
They were a couple.
This report
because why else would
referring it to Charlie Sheen's ex?
Okay, wait, I've heard about this woman, Charlie Sheen's ex. Oh, I heard that this woman's so crazy that Charlie Sheen got custody of their children. That's how crazy she is. Charlie Sheen's Sheen is
Brooke
literally
Mueller.
An abuser. Brooke Mueller. Huh?
Yeah. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's so interesting.
Oh, gosh. Man, where does this come from?
And that's great. Okay. That's it for me on catching up, Kadin. I just had seen some interesting headlines among all of this crazy fitness influencer posting we've been doing.
I know. We've just been talking about
it has been
live slower, But now I just
this
feel
has been like not ruining, but like ruling my days. Just the content of it all.
I know.
Just thinking about like, okay, like you need to post this today. Like, hand me your phone. Like, let me do these. Like, yeah.
You got to have something every day just because it's not just the followers you have. You're trying to reach other people.
You're trying to, and you specifically are just trying to grow quickly because the quicker you can grow this, the quicker you can be done serving.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's go. And again, you'll have like the podcast clips and stuff. That is everything I have. 2:22 on the clock. That feels like a little meant to be endpoint for me.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Is there anything else that you want to address? Tell the people, update them. I feel like I forgot to like update something, but I'll write it down for next week if I remember.
No, I mean the next one. Oh gosh, I don't know. When are we gonna record? Yeah, next time we record, it'll be post 4th of July.
Yes, this next episode will be a 4th of July recap, and Kadin is going to California. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt and literally tell everyone your
Pacific
plans.
Beach and Newport.
Yeah, get that content.
Wyatt and his little brother.
Do like you got to find a beach with like a pull-up bar.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah, that's on your shot list. I'll prepare you a shot list for your trip.
Yeah, I'll be going to the like one more nicer lifetimes. Like the San Clemente one has like $1,000 initiation fee with like plenty. Like it was a very big wait list. It's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Trying to stay active, even though the lifestyle will be pretty. Oh gosh, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. You're good.
Yeah, I think so.
We're all
good. For July episode.
Rate and review. Leave 5 stars. Don't leave a review if it's not 5 stars, honestly. Follow us on socials. Subscribe to the YouTube. We're back on YouTube. We're back on Clips. We're back on socials. We'll post the video that we talked about today on the in-feed. No, probably to stories. We'll just post it to stories. So if you see it Tuesday, you see it. And see you next Tuesday.
It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Bye.